if you choose the wrong pig breed, you could waste 6 months of feeding and end up with poor growth, sick animals, and pork that nobody wants to buy. Whether you are breeding to sell piglets or raising for meat or targeting the traditional pork market, this video would help you choose the right breed that is perfect for your farm, especially if you're farming in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa. Let's get into it so that we'll save you time, money, and stress. Hi guys, I'm Eyram from Eshua Pig Farms. Here, I try to share my experience to help pig farmers to run their pig farms in a smart, cost-effective, and then very profitable ways. Now, I'm doing this because we are on a project to help feed the nation, one farmer at a time. When farmers are able to build or run their farms profitably, food will become cheap for everybody in the nation. So that's why we are on this project. Now, you may want to ask, so what type of breed do I start my pig farm with? Instead of just going ahead and then giving you the name of a pig breed, I would rather ask you a question. What are your farming goals? Because your farming goals determine the type of animals you bring to your farm. Are you just going to be raising pigs for meat, or are you going to sell to traditional pork joints, or maybe you are trying to fatten animals for sale? There are different reasons why people start this business. Maybe you even want to just try pig farming because you don't have enough money, so you don't want to sink a lot of money into this. You just want to see whether it's profitable before you go neck deep into this. So whatever your goals are, this video would help you to choose the right pig breed. So we are going deeper because the best pig breed is not about the name of the breed, but rather about your goal for your pig farm. Some people hear that pig farming is profitable, and so they want to cash in on some of the profits. They go to the market, or then they go to any farm and then they get some pigs because they feel that once I come and raise these pigs, I'll be able to sell them for profit. But very soon they notice that things are going south. The animals they have brought in are either not growing, or for some reason they are not making the money that they envisaged. But here is the thing. Different pigs are built for different purposes. Yes, different pigs are built for different purposes. Some pigs grow very fast, but they need expensive feed. While some pigs are strong, but they grow slowly. Some pigs are great for breeding, and some are also good for commercial farming purposes, whilst other pigs are just good for a local backyard setup. So instead of just getting pigs, the first thing I would want you to do is to find the purpose for your farm. So before we talk about breeds, ask yourself this question. What exactly is my goal for trying to raise these pigs? As I chat with people, I realize 4 themes underlying why they started their pig farms. So I'll be sharing these 4 pig farming goals with you so that you see whether your own goal falls within it. But if it doesn't, you can also put your pig farming goals in the comments, and then we'll see what breed would work for you. So the first reason why some people start pig farms is because they want to sell piglets or breeding stocks. If that's you, it means that you want to become the go-to supplier of piglets in your area. So your target market will be other commercial pig farmers, because they are the ones who would need these piglets to start their farms and then grow. You should produce piglets that are very strong, piglets that are fertile, and piglets that have the ability to produce high litter piglets. Now, if this is your goal for pig farming, then you should look at getting pure pig breeds for your farm. Pure pig breeds that you should look at are the land races, the large whites, the Durocs, the pie trains, These are the common pig breeds in Africa. These are the ones that you should get to start off if you are looking at producing for other commercial pig farms. So why should you choose these pig breeds? Number one, they are genetically superior to other pig breeds. Then the next thing is that they form the foundation for every good breeding farm. The third thing is that they produce piglets that are strong, uniform, and that grow very well. If you have this, you have a winner, pig farmers. Who will keep coming to you to buy, and you don't need to struggle to keep a lot of your pigs with you if you raise them well. The second reason why some people go into pig farming is because they want to go into commercial pork production. If your aim is to raise slaughter pigs, then your goal is to get a set of pigs or pig breeds that produce high litters that grow very fast. And the reason why you want this is because you don't want the pigs to spend a long time on your farm. Because the longer the pigs stay on your farm, the more you spend on feeding them and also on other farm management costs. So your goal would be that I want to get pigs that can leave my farm between 5 and 6 months after feeding them, meaning that they would have reached a certain target weight that is profitable. If that's you, then the best pig breeds that you will need for your farm are usually hybrid pigs. So you can have a hybrid pig like the large white landrace for your maternal lines, which means that they will be the mothers on your farm. Then for your paternal lines or your terminal sire lines, you would need, I would do a hybrid Duroc Python. Why Duroc Python? Because they grow very, very fast. Now, why landrace large white? Because they produce a lot of litters. So if you combine the genetics of a lot of litters with the genetics of growing fast, then it means that you are going to have pigs on your farm that don't stay with you for too long. They grow quickly and then you sell them off so that you can make profit. You can also have the following mix. You can have a landrace Duroc or a large white Python or a CG36. This is a very good breed from Choice Genetics, a CG36 or an SG11 from some G Africa. They just developed the SG11 after a lot of tries. So these are breeds that you could look at if you want to go into commercial production for pork. You can also look at Cambros and Durocs or Cambros Python. Just the terminal sire lines, any of them can work. But on this other side, you can look at a TN. A TN is basically a landrace large white developed pig that was done by Topics. And then Cambro is also landrace large white pig developed by PIC. So CG36 is also largely landrace large white by Choice Genetics with different parameters. So you can also do the same. If you have pure landrace large white, you can have your own F1s on your farm and then use them as the production stock. That traditional pork with rich fats and strong flavor. Kai. That's what a lot of local customers want. The next breed of pigs I'm going to talk to you about are very good for pork show joints. That's Isiewu or Nkwobi or local pork pepper soup. Kai. These ones, or this pig breed is the one that gives you the best output if you decide to serve this particular local market. The breed you need are the indigenous local pigs or a mixed breed between the exotic crossed with the indigenous local pigs. I give it to you. These pigs grow very slowly, but they are strong and they are very hardy for our environment. So you can hear people saying that if you want to do pig farming, don't local pigs. But local pigs also have their place. But if you have the right purpose, outside the country, there are heritage breeds. People are doing special pork farms. And I think that people can also take up this thing and then do specialized farming of the local breeds. Now, the pro tip with farming localized breed is that if you give them commercial feed, you have already set yourself up for a huge loss, because they will not grow very fast as you're expecting. And so what you can do is to find cheap local feed, because they do well on these. It works for them. They do well on this. They may not also give you very huge litters, but then your cost of producing them could, if you do your things well, could just be like your cost of producing a goat. And at the end of the day, you multiply your pigs faster than a goat. Because, so yes, if this is your goal, that's what you should look out for. But the tip is that do not raise them on commercial feeds. Maybe you are just a student who doesn't have a lot of capital to start a pig farm, but you still want to see whether it can be profitable at the end of the day. The pig breed that you need is also different, because if you want to really start on this note and you're looking at a breed like a pure land race or a pure large white or a cross of any of these exotic breeds, you're going to spend a lot of money, which you probably do not want to use at this end, because you are just trying to test the waters before you go neck deep into this. And so the type of breed that you will need also would be the local breeds. Now, why the local breeds? The local breeds because, number one, they don't require a lot of care. Number two, they are not very expensive to obtain. And then number three, they are very hardy, which means that they are very strong for a lot of rugged terrains, So you don't need to put in a lot of effort to begin to realize results. And also these pigs are good for a local, they are good for a semi-intensive or backyard setup. And within a short time, you can see that you are making a headway with your pig farming and gaining a lot of valuable experience. We've spoken a lot about breeds. So now, how do you source quality breeds for your farm, or where do you get these quality breeds to buy? So here at Eshua Pig Farms, we have some pig breeds to help you start. But if we don't have the breed that meets your farming goals, we can refer you to one of our trusted partners, people we can guarantee will give you the right or the exact breed, and I'm sure that they may even show you the pedigree of these animals. So yes, we can help you, and for now we are not charging for that. We're just making sure, because we are on a project to feed the nation, so we want many people to join the train as much as possible, so that food can become cheaper for the populace. I will caution you, however, that you should avoid buying pigs from the open market. And when you go to a farmer and they tell you that they have a particular breed, don't just take their words for it. Last night, just before I made this video, I had a message from somebody who was telling me that he had spoken to a lot of farmers, and anytime he bought the animals were not growing. Apparently, the different people who were telling him they were giving him pure breeds were just giving him wrong breeds. Because how can a large white have a lot of black spots? How can a giraffe be a black pig with a long snout? And so, yes, as you're talking with the people, you should verify. And one of the ways to build your farm is to invest a lot in information. Either you pay for information or you invest your time finding information. Information is now is available everywhere now. So that's what I would advise that you do, so that you don't get your fingers bent. See the parent stock of the animals you are buying. I beg you, no say I no tell you. You get why? See the parent stock. Be sure that your animal will become like this mother or this father before you buy that animal. I would do a separate video to help you at the point of buying an animal, the things to look for. Again, don't just buy pigs because they are cheap. Don't just buy pigs because they are cheap. A cheap pig with poor genetics will cost you a lot of money in the long run. I know what I have seen on this farm. I know what I have experienced on this farm. A cheap pig with poor genetics is more expensive than an expensive pig with good genetics. Mark that. The foundation of your success is the quality of genetics you have on your farm. So to succeed in pig farming, don't follow the crowd. Follow your goal. If you are looking at starting your farm so that you can produce breeding stock, then pure breed animals are the ones you should use to set up your farm. Pure large white, pure land race, pure Durocs, pure Piglets, pure Hampshires, etc. Now, some of these animals too are not good for internal setups like intensive farming where you house them in a pen. So you will know all these things too when I do my video on the pig breeds, on how to identify the pig breeds. Now, if you are raising animals for meat production, then what you would want is hybrid pigs. Hybrid pigs. Usually the exotic ones are better. So you can talk about the TNs, the Cambis, the Camboro. That's what I'm calling Cambi. The TN, the Cambis, the CG36s. Yes, as the maternal lines, and then the Durocs, the Piglets, and then the cross of the Duroc Piglets or the Hampshires as the paternal lines or the terminal sire lines. Then if you are looking at raising pigs for the traditional market, then you are looking at the indigenous local breeds, or a cross of the indigenous local and then the foreign breed cross. Then again, if you are starting out because you just want to test the waters, the local breeds or the improved local breeds or mixed breed would help in this regard, because they require less care, less financing, and less setup costs. So you have watched up to this point. I'm sure that you liked it. If this video gave you value, or if you found value watching this video, I'd like you to like this video. It helps the channel so that YouTube can recommend it. Again, I want to know what your questions are in the comment section. You can just ask your questions in the comment section. I'll do well to read as many as I can. Lastly, I would want to know your pig farming goal so that I could help you source the breed that works for your goal. Once again, this is Eyram from Eshua Pig Farms, helping feed the nation one farmer at a time. See you in the next video.